So we are on live. 3, 2, 1.
So, should we start or wait for 5 minutes?
We have to wait for 5 minutes because YouTube says live in 5 minutes. So it's maybe something from
Okay,
YouTube side.
okay.
So you are doing it live from?
From OBS software.
Okay. See, okay. After this, I will suggest a better software for to you guys. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you guys are live. I could see you over there. So it has started already. You should
We
wait
have
now.
to wait for 5 minutes
5 to 10 minutes at least.
because now we are on live. So we may start.
So, should we start?
Yes, definitely.
Or like there are, I think, 8 people are watching us. Okay. So, guys, hello everyone. My name is Ashu Bansal, and today I will be talking about mathematical space first. Let me introduce what mathematical space is doing. So, mathematical space is a student independent organization where we talk about math as we as students understand what problems students face nowadays. We want students to understand that maths is a beautiful language. It is applicable each and every activity of your life. You just have to change your perspective to see it. Math has never been a cramming subject. We have lost the essence of mathematics. But don't worry, we are here to rescue you. We all have taken a pledge to make every math student a mathematician, not just in degrees, but by skills. We created an impact on over 5,000 plus students, and we will continue to do that with your support. Let me introduce to our speaker of the day, Mr. Srijit Mukherjee. He is an Edupreneur and he loves to do research and write articles. He has done his graduation and post graduation in statistics from ISI Kolkata. Now he is a creator and statistical coach at Chinta. Chinta is an educational coaching center in Kolkata, West Bengal. It helped 500 plus students to learn statistics. It's our pleasure to have you, Srijit, here. And
Hi guys.
without
Hi.
adding
Hello guys.
further ado, I would like to hand over to you, Srijit.
Yeah. Hello guys. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. So it was really beautiful interaction about how you guys are trying to help the people perceive mathematics. So I am a lover of math and numbers. I was totally lost in that zone. Okay. So yeah, thanks for reminding me that beautiful aspect of mathematics. So yeah, but today's talk is a bit non-mathematical, but I will try to bring in logic as much as possible. Okay, so today's talk is all about, there are a lot of entrepreneurs during this lockdown, uh, just like mathematical spaces grew as an organization, right? So they are really doing really great work and have built a they impacted 5,000 plus students. Okay, that's a huge number. So impacting the students is, I think, that's the first criterion for any person would love to do that, but to do in large scale, we need a team, we need a reason to do that. Okay, and this talk, this whatever I'm going to share today, it's all about how to start that journey. Okay, the journey can be in two direction. It can be the like output can of the journey can be in terms of profit generation or non-profit generation. It's up to you what you want to do. But the main idea, so in today's talk, I will be sharing the main ideas behind what should be the steps and what is the theory behind building such a small setup. Okay, for those who are all planning to do this. So that should be the main agenda of this small talk today. And yeah, so I will get started and I will share all the things I have done myself and how I experimented with this stuff, and it's still growing, just like mathematical space is going. So yeah. So first thing I should ask you, I've written some notes down here, I've written articles, so I will be taking the points from there. So first question, so today's topic is, I think it's how to be a happy edupreneur. Okay. So first thing first, who is an edupreneur? An edupreneur is an entrepreneur in the educational domain. That's totally like, this is a simple single line definition. So the next question comes, who is an entrepreneur? Okay. So that's a very deep question. Who is an entrepreneur? So I have talked to many people. Someone told that entrepreneurs should generate income for the people. Okay, I think that's totally true. People are giving their total heart in and heart out to the development of the organization. You should, like many people are, like you may be affluent enough to not get the take the money, but someone may need because that person is giving their time or some sort of recognition for the volunteer services. So that is one aspect. Some people told to serve the people out there. So I was thinking about what is entrepreneurship in some sense, and I have read a few books on that. So to me, I have read I got two important ideas. Okay, one of my favorite author and person, a leader rather, is Simon Sinek, and he is a very famous influencer on every single social media. You can search him up. Just 1 second, I have my voice cracked. And so Simon Sinek has a book called Start With Why. So in that book, he has told about something called golden circle. So what is golden circle? Golden circle is like how a person should think. It also has a match with the biological principle of how the mind works. So the first principle is that you should start doing something with why. Okay, you should question yourself why you're doing that. I will come to the practical aspect of this why, asking this why very soon. So he tells us that first we start with a why, and then we go to a what, and then we go to how we do it, the process around it. So, and considering this idea, another idea, there is like 3 P's of business. Okay, that is, first you think about the product you're giving to the people out there or the service you're giving to the people out there. For mathematical spaces, for example, they're serving to the students, and their product is they want to make mathematics much more beautiful, and they want the students to change the perspective of mathematics. Okay, that is their product. That is what they're doing. And they're creating content on that, just like we are discussing about that. Similarly, it's creating content, that's their product, and then comes the people who they are targeting towards. So there are 2 types of people: internal people and external people. External people are who they're targeting towards. Internal people is who, like the entire team. For example, we have Ashu over here, we have Neha over here. The person, I forgot his name, just give me a minute. I think he's Ansh, yeah. So we, and many more other interns and other people are over here. So that's the internal people team. And then comes a process. So today's topic will be mainly about the process of how to start it, and then how to keep it like in a very consistent and in a very good flow. That is the main aim of this agenda of this sort of my talk. So with these 2 theories, I will start the definition of who's an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur should be like, why I'm telling you this is not some classes or something like that. Why I'm telling you this? Because you need to keep this in your mind while you're developing your own whatever organization or any place you're growing it up. It's important because when something will go wrong, you have to back up on these ideas that you have actually started with, and it will evolve over time. For example, I will tell you. Let's say, my in the statistics department. So we started. Our aim was initially to teach people for some IIT JAM and ISI MStat. Let's say, even it was for ISI MStat only. And then students came up to us and they told that you are teaching really good, you are impacting you are helping people to learn. Why don't you study for IIT JAM? Okay, and that was just we were online courses, just like teaching platform. And then again, students came up to me and they told, yeah, you're doing online courses. Why don't you start a mock test? Why don't you start something like this type of course and that type of course? And it's still developing. Like we have just been 1 year, like in this June, and we're just still developing. And this is the basic idea. Like we have to keep the ideas evolving, but the basic why will not change. See, the what is changing. The what you're doing is changing. How you're doing it changing because the what is changing, but the why is not changing. For example, mathematical spaces wants to give core beauty of mathematics. Their why will not change, but their way of giving will change. What they're giving will change. Okay. For us, my aim and the statistics aim is to give the best statistics education and give the best data science education in India, and then to the world, to the people rather. So this is our why. Okay. So when something goes wrong, we have to fall back upon this why, because that will give us more power to go forward during the hard times. Okay, because hard times must come in any setup. Okay, it will always come. So this few principles are why you are studying, what you're gonna do, and the process, how you're gonna do. These three importance are really important to note it down while you're studying something out. Okay, even if you have studied something out for a long time and you have not done this, please note it down, because hard times will come. Okay, and it will test your nerves very hard. Okay, it will test your nerves a lot, and then you have to get back and do the work that you need to do based on these principles. Okay, so I will just go straight into the ideas of how to start this up. Like, what should the first step? So I will give certain examples. Okay, now let's take this example of a shop. Let's say I'm a shopkeeper, and let's say I am trying to sell a new type of fruit juice. Okay, let's say I'm trying to sell a new type of fruit juice. So what that person has to do, how to bring that into the market. The good thing about shopkeepers is that the shopkeeper can actually drink that juice himself and see it's really good or not. Based on that, the shopkeeper can sell or not sell. That's the basic idea. Okay. Based on the aspect, shopkeeper can sell or not sell. This is a basic idea. But in case of teaching or educational domain, you don't have this idea of testing it out like yourself. Okay, you always believe in yourself. You have to now test it out on others, whether others are liking it or not. So step 0 is first. Okay, the step 0. Okay, this is a very basic stuff. Like you must have an idea about this. Okay, that you are going to start with this. Okay, this is why I have told you this. The step 0 is that never ever start something out or totally focus in some starting up stuff from the beginning without getting involved in without have a side hustle. Okay, in the sense that, for example, mathematical spaces, people are all college students. Okay, so they have their own college preparation going up. The most of the YouTubers you see, it's also their side education. That's also Edupreneurship. Okay, they're like engaging people. They're making an impact on the people. Okay, so they are doing something. So they're also doing the side work. Okay, and then they go on to finally move into that stuff. So no entrepreneur or no entrepreneur starts with until that person has to do a lot of money. That person totally focuses on that. Okay, never do that. So I tell that don't stay hungry. Okay, so make sure you have a side business, or make sure you have a side income if you're doing job. until it grows to the point that it can give you income for your own livelihood, whatever your aim can be. So that's the first step. So if you have an idea and if you are still hungry and you're not earning on your own, make sure you find a job first, okay, or start teaching people, maybe like to share ideas, make a side income, okay. Then, for example, suppose you have to invest certain money, okay, so your time and money into this building up some organization. So you need that time, you need that money. So this will give you the money you can get from this side hustle you're doing. Okay, it can be very boring, but remember you're doing it for just not staying hungry. In that sense. Okay, so the next step is that find a problem, like find your why. The why you should start something. So how you can find that? That's a very important question. For example, the shopkeeper, let's go back to shopkeeper example. The shopkeeper wanted to find that because he loved that juice so much, he wanted the people to test it and find it really good during the summer times, okay? He wants to have an impact on the people. Mathematical spaces, they know that math is not taught in a real way. They have found a problem in their own life, being a student, okay, and they can feel other students actually. That mathematics is not taught in its best way, not shared in its best way. It is shared in fashion industry, it's shared in so many industries, but it is never put like projected in front of public, in front of students, so that people can get motivated by that. So they saw it as a problem and they took the opportunity out to build it up. Okay. Similarly, you have to find your problem. Let me tell you my problem. I was really lucky in some sense. Why? So I was in the math department teaching mathematics to the people. So I will tell you the story. Like one of the students called me up. Her name is Simran, and she told that, you know what, Srijit, I have enrolled in this coaching and I'm totally lost. I cannot prepare for IIT JAM and ISIM stat. No progress. I cannot see that. So I thought since I was in master's first year, okay, and I thought it was really easy, okay, mathematics. I have never had a thought through my mind before for 1.5 years when I joined Chinta that I would start this, okay. But the student called me up and told that, no, you have to start sharing, give me some ideas. She didn't even tell me to start teaching, okay. She will give me some ideas about how to help the people, like how to start preparing for this. And I told, there must be some, just search how to prepare for ISIM stat or IIT JAM in the Google and you will find it out. Like I thought it was really easy. And she told, okay, and there were not good answers. So I thought, please find it out, please find it out. Okay, I just focused on, I thought that she was like being very lazy. Okay. And because I thought people are there doing a really good job. Then what happened is that then after she told, I cut the call and then I searched on Google how to prepare for ISIM stat. And when I go through the Quora answers are the best SEO, okay, and they are like shown at the top. So when I went through the Quora answers, I saw totally rubbish stuff. People are advertising. I will not tell the name of the coaching institutions, but people are just advertising themselves, not giving any value to the student. Not a single value. This is really important. So that comes to the second part, like you should focus on, like being an entrepreneur, you should focus on giving value to the people. Okay. So you solve the problem in the society and add value to the people. That's the first step of being an entrepreneur. Okay. Don't think about making profit from the beginning. That's a very bad mentality. You will fail 100% of the time. 100%. If you think in that terms of making profit. Okay. The next aspect. Step 1, find a problem. Yeah, coming to that problem, like how I found the problem. Then I went there and wrote a really, really detailed answer. And more than 60 people have loved the answer, okay. I mean, a lot of 1,000 views are there, but I'm just giving you a metric because like why metrics are important. Metrics are not important. Like if someone says I have that many followers, okay, I usually take it as in this mentality that that person has impacted that many followers, that many people, and adds value to that many people. Okay, adds value to that many people, that they have hit the follow button to connect to them. You understand? That is a big issue. If you want to develop your YouTube subscribers, hitting a follow button is actually a lot. Hitting a subscribe button is actually a lot. Okay, you think twice before doing it because you have to do a lot of subscription. It's like giving 1 rupee or 10 rupees to the people. Sometimes, okay. So you have to think a bit. So if that person doesn't give value, if that organization doesn't give value, that person will never hit a follow button or a subscribe button. So a count of followers is not just to brag about someone. It's a mentality shift you need to make. It's about how many people you have impacted so far. Okay, when you have this mentality, it will help you in your development. Okay, in the development. So you have to set a certain metric, and I will come to that to the last how to measure your progress. So step one is you have to find your problem, and then I wrote that down, and I will tell you what I did next. That was the starting point. I found that people are not given proper advice on how to do preparation. Okay, so find your own problem. You will not be lucky. I am very lucky. I am grateful to the people out there who told me that, but you may not be lucky. What you have to do, you have to talk to the people. You have to understand. You have to see what's going around you. Okay, and one thing. So maybe you're just starting to start a coaching business. Okay, just like you want to teach people. Okay. So I will tell you one thing that I realized, and I think it's true, is that think about every job. Okay, do you know about this? There is a company on this aspect where they do what? They do this. They prepare people for the job, some data science engineering job, and then for free, for entirely free. And then once that person gets into a job, that person for the next 3 years has to give 10% or 30% or something, some percentage of their income every month to that company. Okay, it's result oriented. Okay, it's value oriented. That person will never give, that company will never get money if that person doesn't get job. Understand this. It's a really beautiful business model. Okay, you can search it up. I forgot the name of the company, but it's a really beautiful business model. It's based on the value you're giving. So what I'm sharing is that understand every job that is in the market, every job, it's being up. So for example, like if I'm teaching for ISI or IIT, it's like sort of getting a job in ISI, because once you get into ISI, you get a stipend and you get a job. So it's like you get like that's sort of getting a job, okay, in some sense. So what I'm telling you is that this is the sentence is that every job opportunity builds an opportunity for a teacher to teach the person on how to get to the job. Understand this. Let's say mathematical spaces after some years will become really large, okay? And then what will happen? That they will hire persons that will give a job, that will create job opportunities for the people. Okay. That will create job opportunities for the people, and then a teacher will come who prepares that person for the job. Okay. It's very simple. For example, algo.io, algoexpert.io. So that is a platform which teaches people and prepare people for data science for tech interviews, and now they have done it for machine learning interviews. 100 questions are there, they have to solve it. And people have gone into Google, Apple, Microsoft, and a lot of places. So that is a beautiful idea. That's a job opportunity. Okay, so every single job creates a job opportunity. That comes to the second point of what is the entrepreneurship, is that one person must build a proper team and must create employment opportunities for the people. Okay, you can never build something big, something impactful, doing it yourself and taking the profit entirely yourself, taking the whole credit. It never happens that way. Everything happens in a team. Okay, everything happens in a team. Small team, but a team. Okay, that's just find a problem path. So suppose you're just starting up to how to earn your money. So think about a job. For example, the people who are getting into PhD, that's a job, right? So think about the job and start teaching for that. So every job is there, you start teaching for the job. Let's say you want to prepare people for job in TCS. Just go and do that. It's very focused actually. Simple. Very elegant, very simple. So go ahead and do that. Every job is an opportunity for teaching if you're just not getting a problem. Okay? Just not getting a problem. What problem? This is a very simple problem for you can start out anything. Like one company ke liye, one opportunity for a teacher. That's really good. Okay. But given this idea, how will you test that whether this works or not? How will you know that whether it's creating an impact or not? This is the most important step. How to understand that the thing you're doing that the value you're adding to the people is actually adding value to the society, or is just you're thinking that it will add value to the society? Both are different things. Okay? Both are different things, and that's why you have to experiment it out. And that leads me to the second step, that test your ideas. So how to test your ideas, guys? This is the most important step. Okay. Now, say suppose for the shopkeeper want to test out the new juice, new fruit juice that he has tested it himself and liked it and want to test it on the people. So what is the first most important thing the shopkeeper needs? The first most important thing that the shopkeeper needs is a shop. Okay? Is a shop where the shopkeeper will display that and people will come and see that. It should be made in an attractive position on many of them so that people get attention to that. And then people, maybe he can give it some discounts or maybe for free for some time, like that, to test it whether it's doing good or not. In his case, he is just testing it out on his close family members and people out there. Okay, but you cannot do that as an Edupreneur, you cannot do that as a teacher. So how to test your teaching skills, how to test your ideas? That's the first step. Like that's the second step, sorry. So how to test your ideas? So this is the most important, so you must write down the steps out here. Okay, I can also share that my writing article to you. So the first step is this. The first step is that person must set up a shop. It's to all the entrepreneurs and all the entrepreneurs, all the people out here, how if they're starting out, okay, they must set up a shop. How to set up a shop? Now everything should be online, right? How to set up a shop? Website is the place. So you should learn about a website, how to build a website. Okay, a website is a shop. Okay? So build a shop and people can find out. So build an online shop. How to build an online shop? Build a website. How to build a website? It's very simple. Go to WordPress.com, go to Wix.com. Build a website. Take a domain name for some money. Okay, if you don't have money, I will tell you I have some other ways out for you. Okay, but usually you can borrow it from someone. Domain name just costs maybe for first 1 year it's 600 maybe in 1 year. I'm not sure. Ashu and Mathematical Space will can tell since they're starting out. 500 in a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very simple. So 500 is not a very big money. So if you don't have a 500 rupees and if you're very dedicated, go and teach their person, earn 500 rupees in a month, and then start it from next month. Okay? Perfect. Simple solution. Go there out, earn it, earn the 500, and start from next month. Simple stuff. Okay? So build a shop first and understand something. Why is a shop important? Why is a place important? Why is the organization important? So let's say, and how to find it? What is the changed version of this now? Let's say I am having a problem about, so I want to go to see a doctor, or maybe I am having problem in understanding something. So where do we go? We go to Google, right? We go to Google. So we search our problem in Google. Previously in 50 years, 100 years back, 50 years back, or 25 years back even, not 25 years, 50 years back, we used to ask the people, and they have done it. If they have done it, they would have asked people again. So the Google, the web, was actually the network of the people. Now the web has come out in the Google format, in the Google search engine. That's a really beautiful technological jump. Okay, so take use of that, take advantage of that. So people are constantly searching over Google, constantly. Okay, if you just search, if you just go write a word mathematics and there's a tool, you will search there. I will just tell you what is the mathematics. I'm not sure whether it's on my how many words are searched. Just the word mathematics is searched in Google. I'm not sure if I have that. I will have the number right away because maybe it's not. Okay, no, I have that keyboard surfer. Just give me a moment, it's loading. Oh. Maybe you can also search it yourself. How many words, or just the word mathematics. Anyway, this is taking time. I will come to that again. In the meantime, it takes time. So the first is that people are searching over Google. Okay. Oh, it has come. In India, I think every single month in India, 1,65,000. Sorry, my bad. 1,65,000. 1,65,000 people are searching. Is it 1 week? I don't know the metric exactly, 1 week or one stuff, but yeah, there are about 555. So 55, 50, and then 5 zeros. This many search results. Just if you search the word mathematics. So people are constantly searching and creating content. They're creating a content. Content is a sort of a short form of a shop. So you have to build your shop out and understand that person. If that person builds his or her shop in the interiors of the city, will that work? No. That person has to build out where people can find it if they go and find out the place. That's why in highways, dhabas are actually beside one another, because if one person can go to one dhaba and it's busy, other person can go to that person can go to the next dhaba. So there's an economics problem on this also. How to reduce the cost? It can be mathematically proven actually. How to, like, why dhaba? I have an article on that. I don't know. Maybe I have an article on that. I have talked to the people, students out there, children out there. So yeah, so make sure people can find you on Google, because that's your shop. You must want them to find, and that's the first step. How to make them find on Google? SEO. Okay, search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is sort of optimizing your shop online website so that people can find you easily. It's like making the shop in the much more towards the road. Okay, towards the out like where people can see you, and that needs money. Okay, a bit of money, and money in some sense, money in terms of time. So you can have to hire people. If you don't have you can afford to hire people, just learn it yourself. There's a lot of free stuff over there. So a lot of free YouTube videos on how to do SEO, and yep. But to apply it in Google in your website, I think you need to you need to buy the WordPress site so that you can get WordPress plugins. Okay, there's Yoast SEO, so you can use the Yoast SEO to optimize your. And I will tell you, if a lot of people search it within 1 year, it will come to the top. If you just search ISI MSAT preparation, okay, we have just started one year earlier. ISI MSAT preparation, Chinta's website will come up first, and we have done it by SEO. And since it's providing value, so people will search it more, go to it more. Google measures that. So Google is doing all the optimization for you and giving the best outcome. So that is the output, simple output. So optimize your profile, build up your shop, and then leave it to the Google. The rest is Google account. Don't do ads. Okay, ads doesn't work really well. Okay, unless so. Rather talk to people and let them spread word of mouth. Let them spread your name by word of mouth. Okay, that is a much effective marketing plan. Okay, so yeah, build your shop. Now it's time to present your fruit juice to the person. Okay, so how do you present your fruit juice? How do you attract people? That's a very important step. So in my case, what happened is that ISI MSAT का solution past year का नहीं था. There were no ISI MSAT past year का solution, and I was trying to impact people, help them prepare for ISI MSAT only. I have no other ideas, because a student came to me with that problem only. Okay, understand? A student came to me with that, and I was trying to solve it. Simple. So what I did is that I created free content for 100 straight days, not missing a day once. Continuous 3.5 months, continuously. Okay, I'm solving all the past year subjective problems for the people. And it was in website, I was doing the SEO so people can find it out. Okay? Simple. Done. So you can create your own content. For example, mathematical spaces is creating content every single, I have been following them. They're creating content regularly. They're creating content on Instagram. They're creating content on YouTube. You have to create content. Okay, for free. It's like testing your thing out, whether your ideas matter or not. Maybe you're teaching, so you may be thinking that, okay, teaching stuff, how do I test my teaching on? I'm not creating content for the people. So I will tell you, I will come to this point where the important aspect is that I have read this quote, okay, and it's really, I think it's really important. I felt that content builds relationships. Relationships build trust. Okay. Let's say you're helping a student or helping a friend of yours on your assignment, on his or her assignment. So you're building a content for the person for free, okay, without taking any money. And that is building a relationship between you and your friend during the exam. That relationship will be like, this relationship, when you do it over and over again, it builds a trust. And when trust happens, that person will also give back their assignment. And just giving in a real life, just this moment scenario. Okay, I'm also a student, I know that. So in this case, content builds relationships, relationship builds trust, and trust builds revenues. Simple. So if your aim is to earn money, so start with giving value. So you can really like change the content aspect of value. Value builds relationship, relationships build trust, trust generates revenue for the people. And this is the most complex, and it will take a lot of time. It will take a hard of like 100 days. Doing straight away, it's not really easy. Okay, I have thought why I'm doing it. When I thought that, I went back to that problem because I have my own. I was doing it for free. Okay, I was not getting any output. My why was to impact and make the education system since I am from an institute which people think are good in statistics. So it's my responsibility as a student of the like that to impact also the people, the lives of the people, the knowledge of the people outside the institute also. Why will they be deprived? Just because they didn't get in the institute just because of 1.5 marks? That is not fair, right? So we must create quality content. That's what my why was, okay? I must help the people out there. Or maybe they don't have the money to get the preparation. They don't have the time. They have to do their household work. But they are still trying. So I must help them out somehow. So this was my why, okay? Why I started out. Here in mathematical space, the why is different. So when during these hard times, you will think that when it's building up, you will not get any revenue. So you will think that why I'm doing this. You have to think it will come to your point because there are a lot of problems around you, and this will strike you that why I'm doing this. And then if it's just your profit income was your own aim, you will fall out of that stuff. But if your aim is to give value to the people, you will stay in the rest. You will stay in that. So make your mindset shift, okay? When you're starting it out. So try to add value, okay? That should be your first focus. And the rest will automatically happen, okay? It's called the outflux influx law. So if you do something for the people, someday it will come back. It will come back in terms of revenue. This is the cycle of life. Anyways, so you have built a shop, done the SEO, okay? Now you have to test the beta testing, okay? Just like the software companies, the games do beta testing, you have to beta test your ideas along your niche. So how to do that? Maybe you're doing it, you're teaching out. So what you do, you start people, you're giving free seminars, free webinars, free content. Okay, let's say I have a plan to become, so I have actually this plan to become a speaker because people told me I can motivate people good, I can inspire people good. Okay, I love to be a career coach in some sense. So I have a plan for that. So this I have also planned to do a good public speaking like for the people, okay, help the people out. So this thing, so what I'm doing for today, it's actually of course I'm doing it for free, and this is actually what? This is actually a part of my free and like giving value to the people. Okay, if I think about that, my why, simple stuff. Okay, I'm just giving a real life example. What I'm doing is actually behind my mind working, right? So I'm giving my best actually, and even if I don't become one, it doesn't matter. I have given some value to the people right now. Okay, just that. So you have to change your mindset in that sense. So build content for free, teach people for free. In our class, we give, for example, mathematics with done a lot of free content. Okay, maybe they're not, I don't know if they're charging now or not, but they can now charge people maybe 50 rupees, 10 rupees to test it out. That's the second step, how to generate income. But that I will come to that. But for free things, why free things are important? Because people are not giving you money, but you are giving value. So if it's really good, people will stay. If it's really good, people will stay. Okay, people will find it useful and people will come and engage with it. And I have seen it really myself. on those 100, like if I see my web page ka visit now, okay, it is on the top most visited page is just 1 year, because it created value, so much value. People are coming to that page, and it's just ISIM site is just in the beginning, so it's like creating a lot of value over here. So that's the idea. So you have to create value. If you're doing a class, you're doing teaching, create demo, like give free, 1 second, excuse me, give demo classes. See, in my still also, when a student comes, I give them demo classes, because they may not like my teaching. I am not God. Everything I will do, it's totally fine. So they don't like my teaching, it's fine. Maybe they have problem with the language. I talk in English, I take the class in English, but they want in Hindi maybe. So I am not expert in that. That's my failure as a teacher. So I cannot do, maybe I will do that. So Neha was asking why I'm learning Hindi, because I have to teach people in Hindi someday. I have a plan. So because I have to add value to people. Okay. So that's the basic idea. So test it out, demo, like give a demo versions and ask people how they're liking it. Ask them for real suggestions. You know, when statistics department started off Chintam, there were 2 classes. Okay, one theory, one problem solving. We introduced 3 classes. And it was list like theory in a month, and theory entirely, and then I added it to, and I did 1 problem solving class in the month end. Okay, only theory and then 1 problem solving. People are not liking it. I understood why people are not liking it. And I asked them what I can do better. Every single month, I asked them once. Every single student out there, in the beginning phase, when there were 5 students, 10 students. Now in 1 year, we have got to 100 students, impacted 100 students. Now, we have initially when that 5, 10 students, I asked them what I can do better and better. And they suggested me that you can do this. And I did that. And they loved it. So you have to take suggestions from people positively, because you're starting out. You're not God. You're not something truly fantastic that you will, or whatever you will do, like break your ego. Go there and ask for feedback. It will help you to grow. See, if when your ego is there, you are thinking about making profit only, okay? Or maybe you're in competitive step. But when you're thinking about a mindset change of giving value to the people, your mindset will change. That I have to make it better and better every single day. So go out there and take value from the people. That's really important, okay? And go out there and test. So now, where to find the people who are the students? So in my case, there is a Facebook group called IIT Jam statistics page. So I used to go there and make content. I used to see that some 15, 16, 20 people used to like it. Okay. So that's the first step. Find some places where you can share your ideas. Okay. And there are a lot of groups over there, so you can find it out. At least 1 or 2 people will come. 1 or 2 will give to 4 people, 4 will give to 8 people, and this will grow in a very, very small step. But never stop giving the value. Okay. So next step is that what I did next, I will tell you, is that now after this, if you're doing good, then you will automatically see result. How to measure the progress? You can see. I will tell you how to measure the progress. Okay. But at the end of the day, you have to accept the truth that if it's not working, it's not working. You have to accept the truth. Or maybe change the idea, tweak the idea a little bit. Okay? So that people get attracted towards that. If I was doing just ISI instead, I wouldn't have got many people. Since I'm doing IIT Jam also, I have got many aspirants too. But I'm giving the same service. Okay? So make some small changes in your offerings, okay? The name of your offering, so that you can, but not many changes to your why. Your why should not change. Your what should change. Okay, what you're offering is changed, but your why is not changing. Understand that. Okay, so now how to build it? Understand this, that when you buy something from a shop, you know what is the main reason they keep a track of the revenue and also your contact number. So what they're doing is they're building a database, okay, which was not present in the earlier days. Earlier days it was not present. But now the main, I have gone to investors for investment, and they told me that, I've talked to investors and they have told me that, what really matters, the thing that really matters is the customer base, the people customer you're offering to your value, like your product or service to. That thing only matters to them. And that makes sense. Let's say I have 1,000 students or 500 students in my base, or mathematical space is low. Mathematical space mathematical space has 5,000 plus students they are giving value to. Now think about this. If they have now started, now they are doing very good service in some sense, in some products, say, and they're sort of giving a bit of money, a bit of like a money to it, okay, some payment to it, let's say 10 rupees. So out of this, say if 10% of people comes, so 5,000 से कितना हो गया, 500 हो गया, so 510, that is 5,000. Okay, that's a very good basic stipend if they divide it among the people out there. Okay, just like giving an example. Like if you're a student and if you're studying up, this is a very good stipend for you. 5,000 is not a very bad stipend. Okay, you can go to KFC, you can go to McDonald's, you can go to a lot of spaces that can enjoy your 1 month. And that's just for one seminar. You can do multiple seminars. Just giving an idea. So the more is the customer base, the better is your value of the company. And that's why I will tell you why. So if you have seen Create and other people know, Create an Academy, you know what their basis is, what Create is doing? Create is actually trying. So Create ka idea is that they want to reward people for paying off credit card loans or bills. So understand, all the upper middle class family to the top middle class family who use credit card, they are all the customers of credit. So understand how much population is the customer base of credit. Now suppose credit suddenly tells, no, I will stop this, I will not stop this, but I will start teaching how to use credit card, how to properly use credit card, okay? And people will learn it from them. See the amount of customer base or something. It's a very vague example, but some example. They want to give another service, say. Amazon low. Amazon ka customer base socho. Unacademy low. Unacademy is taking the whole customer base of the students. So understand this. These are really, really important aspect to understand. The theoretical aspect of a business, of any organization you want to build. Okay. So you have to build a customer base. And how to build a customer base? So what you have to do is that you have to do call to action. So what is the call to action? So you must be seeing these social media influencers on Instagram and these people. Okay. Now they have a call to action. What is the call to action? Follow me. Okay. So that is the call to action. Now what is the call to action? You are building a customer base. Is it by following? Is it by subscribing? Or many things. If you go to a website, you will see they are taking the email list. You know what? They are building their customer list. And you remember when you have last filled up the email list? When you're really interested in the product. When you really think it's really important. Otherwise, you will not, right? That's the idea. So you go ahead, give a free content, but in turn, ask for their support to be in the middle email list. And if they like it, build an email list. Give a Google form, simple Google form, and see how many people are doing it. If you're starting out with the ideas. Okay? Very simple stuff. Build a shop, build a website, give your content in the website, or give your content to other social media where there are people, okay, or places. Take them towards your website, okay, and ask for the email ID, ask to subscribe to your website. For many people, for social media influencers, it's their Instagram profile. For LinkedIn people, it's in LinkedIn profile. For small business like Mathematical Spaces, Chinta and other stuff, it's our website, okay, our email list. So build your email list, build your customer base, okay, you can build your WhatsApp group. Okay, that's what I did. So after creating content in the Facebook group, I thought I should start something new, like something of my own. At that time, I didn't have any idea that I will start this. So I started building a WhatsApp group. I started building my customer base. Because I didn't also think about throwing some courses or not at that time, but I started building a customer base so that I can give. So in that group, if I give this content, many people may not like it. Okay. So I just wanted to make a group focused way. Now, I have two groups. No, one, two. So last year I was studying in this time. So for 2021 batch. So that group has total 500 students. Okay. Now in 2022 batch, we have just started. It's already 250 students. One group is full. Okay, and I think there will be another 4 groups are like this. Okay, so build your customer base. If you are creating good value, these numbers will matter. You will see these numbers are really mattering. These numbers are increasing. Okay, and it spreads by word of mouth very quickly. If you're giving good value to the people, think about giving good value to the people. Just think about nothing else and build your customer base. Okay, think about good value, giving good value to the people, and build a customer base by email list or this. These 2 things keep in your mind. And build a shop. Build a shop. Give good value. Yeah, is my time over? Or is it fine? Okay. Build.
Yeah,
build
it's
okay. Let me know when to stop. I am if there is a time limit. So start a website. Give value. Add a call to action. Then build your customer base. This should be your focus for the first 6 to 1 year. 6 months to 1 year. Okay. You will not see any revenue in the first 6 months actually. Much revenue. Okay. So build it out, and then start offering your courses. Okay. Then start offering your courses online. When I started Chinta Status X, there were 3 students enrolled. Okay. It was good for me because like the expenses that will be related to it was totally done. Okay. Was totally done with the because I have to pay the faculties, right? So it was totally covered by that. Simple stuff. That's the idea. Okay. And so build Telegram groups, build WhatsApp groups, build email lists, build Facebook groups, grow your followers. How to measure your progress? So I read this. So one of my favorite persons in this startup industry is teaching coaching industry. 2 persons are there. One is I will tell to ask you to do their course. Ankur Wadiku is a very famous person, and you must go and do his course. And he has told something which really stayed in my mind, is that if you have lost your focus, okay, I'm repeating again, if you have lost your focus, then you're not measuring your progress. And if you're not measuring your progress, you have lost your focus. Okay. The basic idea is that you must measure your progress. Okay. Many people might tell you, why you're counting the number of followers? Like, is it so you are not counting the number of followers to see how great you are. You're counting the number of followers to see how many people you have impacted, because you know that you are giving value. Okay, you know that you are giving value to the people. Okay, all those people who are telling that, they are not being able to do it themselves. So just don't think about them. Okay, so think about how many people you have impacted. Keep your aim and value, like soul clean about your offering to the world, and just go ahead. Okay, and things will automatically fall into the place. So measure your progress by these numbers I have given you. The WhatsApp group so it means that you're increasing, you're giving good value to the people. That's it. That's the final thing you should do. Okay. And at the end, last but not the list is that build yourself. Okay. So build yourself, learn new things. For example, so when I was a master's first year student, I was learning data science in the full course. Now I'll be starting something for the data science community. Okay, I'll do something for the data science community very soon. Okay, I'll start teaching people for the data science. Okay, or machine learning. Because I've improved myself. So when you improve yourself, if your core value, the why part of your offering is totally fine, okay, the what will expand based on how you are building yourself, building your product. So building yourself not only means yourself building your product. Okay. So think about this. If you build yourself, build your knowledge, learn about stuff. Okay. So during this time, I learned about marketing, I learned about leadership, I learned about public speaking, I learned about a lot of things. All of you who are starting out, who will starting up, will be learning about each of these things. And according to why your value will be increasing, your value will be doubling and increasing every single year. Okay. Just think about your core value of an entrepreneur is to give valuable knowledge to the students and the people out there. That's the entrepreneur, how to be a happy entrepreneur. Okay. Even if you fail, you're giving value, and that's where the happiness comes from. Okay. So that's my suggestion to all of you. Like, not suggestion, but that's what I did. My experience to all of you guys. And yeah, two courses I will suggest. One by Ankur Wariku, How to Start Up. The course fees around is 1500. And to build an LinkedIn profile, go ahead to subscribe to Vaibhav Sisinti's course. It's super awesome. He's really good. So yeah, I have two courses, like two of this courses suggestions to you. Total cost is around 2000. If you don't have the money, go out there, teach for 4 months, earn that money, and do these courses. Okay, nothing more to tell you. Okay. So all the best to you guys, and I may have missed some points. If you have some other questions, mathematical spaces, please let me know. I can answer those questions. Yeah. I have done telling all my gyan I have to do. Bolo.
Guys, if you have any doubt, please let us know in the live chat.
Yup. So I will share the link of what I have written on everything, okay, to Ashra and Mathematical Spaces. I think they will share it with you if they need it.
So Srijit, like I also want to know some questions, like answers from you, that like there are so many people who don't like to take risks.
Yeah.
So like Edupreneur, you can say, or Entrepreneur, all are about taking risk, right? So what do you want to say to them? Like, should they take the risk or not?
No, okay. So what risk they are taking? Tell me an example of a risk.
Like job, if they want to, like, should they quit the job or?
That's what I told. Initially, it was starting zero, step zero. So don't quit your job just to start something new. Because you have step zero, you have step one, and you have step two where you're testing out your ideas. You don't know whether it will work or not. Okay? Okay. When I started senior studies, I have no idea whether it will work or not. So don't quit your job. Don't take measured risks. So don't just like to have that hype of the people that you have to be an entrepreneur, you have to be an Edupreneur. Okay. Just do that and quit your job. That's not a very good decision, rational decision. So do it as a side hustle of yours, okay, and make it build something. And then test out your ideas, okay. Don't quit your job, guys. Don't quit your job. You have to feed yourself. You have to feed your family. So don't quit your job.
So if somebody has an idea, but he will work on that, right? If somebody has the idea and he's been working on that from since 3 years or 4 years, maybe, and the idea is not working.
Okay. So I don't know. Like I have to talk to the person and see what that person has done. Maybe that person has not done the steps I have followed. Okay. Because these are the logical steps. Okay. This is done in the normal shops that all the businesses are existing in small formats, small side shops that are existing all over the country in India. So that this is how they work. Okay. This is like foolproof method. So they must be they must be following this method. If this doesn't go well, then what they need to do is that they need to actually move on to some different idea. Or maybe I don't know. Like I have to talk to them and understand what their really idea is. Otherwise, they will not understand. It's not a bad idea. I will not tell. It depends upon how good they have tested out. Okay. Otherwise, they will not get the results.
So, like any book suggestions, like you suggested Sneha and me, the 0 to 1. Any other?
Yeah. So book suggestion is a lot of book suggestion. See, I suggest, so whatever book suggestions I give, it's from Ankur Wariku. So go to Ankur Wariku's website, okay? Ankur Wariku's YouTube channel, and he has given a 20 book suggestions for 2021. 21 book suggestion for 2021, okay? So go there and search his books. One book I really will suggest is Start with Why, 0 to 1, okay? And how to make something innovative. And yeah, I think you should also go through Chanakya, okay? Because Chanakya was, so before we were attacked by the foreigners, okay? Outside India, we were a really good rich hub of wealth and spirituality. So in that time, we have also generated amassed a lot of wealth. We have understood a lot of things. So read those ancient time books. Chanakya. So there is a good book of how to start a business or how to do leadership. Aisa good book by Radhakrishnan Pillai, okay, he's called a modern Chanakya. So you can check out his books. So a few people's name: Ankur Warikoo, Vaibhav Sisinti, Radhakrishnan Pillai. So yeah. No questions? Any other?
There is a question in the chat, like live chat.
Yeah.
Suggest some tools to develop the content and our shop.
Okay. So for the shop, for the online website, go to WordPress. Okay, go to WordPress and build up a website. There are a lot of tutorials. Okay, go to YouTube and learn how to do the WordPress. Okay, learn how to build a website from scratch. It's not very hard. Maybe just keep a landing page. Okay, just keep a landing page. Just keep one page, but about you section is there, and it can take you just 1 week to make a build. So how much time did you take, Ashu and Neha, to build a mathematical spaces website? Huh? Hi. Yeah, so how much time did you take to build a mathematical spaces website?
Website is like we are working on our website, and it takes like 1 month, you can say, to like.
So to build an entire website, build a good fledged website like them, it will take 1 month. But just start a building entire thing, a small page.
How much time?
1 week to 1 month is good. WordPress, Wix, these are two places where you can build out your own stuff. So I think first you build out your profile, so your followers on YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn. Okay, there you build up your followers and maybe an email list. Okay, there are a lot of without website email lists are there, and then start building your website on this, like on the side by side. Okay, that's the idea. Yeah.
So there is one more question, like how to scale my brand value.
How to scale your brand value? That's a very good question. So scaling your brand value is you have to offer to more people. You have to go to more people. For example, I wanted people to know about us. Okay, you know what I did? I went. So I wanted people to know more about Chinta statistics. So what I did, as I told, I wanted to give much more value. So I went there out, teach most of the important colleges. Okay, in Kolkata. Okay, first I wanted to target Kolkata, and I went to top 3-4 colleges of Kolkata. Okay, and I gave their webinars. Okay, for free webinars. So people got to know about us, and they liked it. Okay, I gave them suggestions on how to prepare for ISI, and IIT Jam. Go there and collaborate with people to give your value. Okay? Collaboration is really important. Collaboration is really, really important. Okay.
Even
Bolo?
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Even we are also doing the same.
Yeah.
Like we are going to different schools in Delhi and like all over India. We are focusing on schools right now, and we are giving them webinars so that they come to know about what mathematical space is, what is our aim.
Good. So first thing, so if you are thinking how you're measuring your progress. So one way to measure your progress is like it's the people base. Also another way, latest phase is to measure your progress by the profit. Are you telling in measure of profit? Like what is your measure? So you have to measure something that you're progressing. So what is the measure?
We are measuring the number of people we are delivering the content to. How many people we are able to connect.
No, that's a very not a good measure, okay? Because suppose, now not a good measure in the sense that suppose you're going to schools and people don't use their web. Or maybe you're going to school. I have seen yourself going to various schools, and I think that people don't use web too much. Okay. So the idea is like not a very good measure means how many like you can't quantify that. Suppose we go to a lot of people out there, so you have to make a progress that how many people. So just you are measuring in terms of schools, how many schools you have affected. Like um, added value to, then 25 schools is really good. But you have to measure in terms of that. Like, you have to have a constant number in front of you that will help you measure that. For example, to me, or any social media influencer who aspiring to be, the number of followers is a measure of how good they progress, how valuable content they so you have to have a measure constant in front of your mind. Okay, if, for example, you can, whichever school you are going, you can ask the school to fill up your form, and you have to see a measure constantly in front of your eyes. Okay, maybe
Okay.
yeah, that's the idea. Like, and how to scale it up means in terms of the idea of how to scale it up, you have to wait for the right time. It's not so easy. Okay, if it's there for a long time and you're not scaling up, you have to collaborate uh, in the sense that you have to collaborate with the people and you have to make business models. Okay, because people will not collaborate if they don't have, you see their perspective. So if you want to pitch your ideas to them, if you want to enhance itself, you have to collaborate with people. When you collaborate with people, you tell about them and they tell about you. That is then both of you grow together. So you have to pitch the people that how they grow, both of them are growing together. Okay, and that's where sometimes the monetary issue comes into the play. Okay, monetary stuff comes into play, and also something else. So you have to like be in the journey for a long time, talk to the people out there, see what you can offer them, and then collaborate on constantly and let them know about you. Okay. First,
Yeah, okay,
what
okay.
is your core base you're focusing towards? Like, who are your core base? You have to first understand that.
So how can somebody make their business sustainable?
Sustainable. Sustainable in what terms?
Like in long terms. Like if somebody is doing for 3 to 5 years and they want to work in a like good flow for more upcoming 10 years, then how they can make that in a sustainable way?
Okay. Truly speaking, I have never been in business for 10 years, so I am not the perfect person to ask this question.
Okay, no problem.
Yep.
Guys, if you have any doubt, please let us know.
I have forgot one thing to tell in this whole aspect is how to build a team. Okay. And building a team, I will tell you how I built a team. So I built out of this team. So when you focus on your team, now they must have a same goal along you, or like in your same ideas. Okay. Otherwise, you don't build a team with them. So what I did is that those people who commented well on the post, who interacted well, I interacted with them. I understood what they really want, and then I took them into the team. Okay. So talking to the people and collaborating in that sense is also good. To understand them is also good. So that's how you scale. Okay, that's how you scale.
There is a question, is there any tool to go live in website?
Yeah, StreamYard is there. It's a very interesting, it's a very useful website, StreamYard.com.
Which can also generate some capital. Which can also generate some capital. Like the complete question is there any tool to go live in the website which can also generate some capital?
No, first, yeah, and of course there are, like, first you have to understand what's your agenda, in the sense that how do you want to make money? Do you want to make money just by making content on the website? There are other ways, like there are many ways. For example, I will tell you, I just Substack.com, maybe there is a website where people can pay money to engage in your newsletter, engage in the emails you send them. Okay, the content of the email you send them, just paying money for that. There is a Medium blog where you can be paid for getting, but it's a very long-term aspect. Okay, so don't think about incoming money right at the go. The best way to start incoming money, start generating capital, at the first is to teach people things that they're not offered. Okay, and sharing the knowledge with the live people. Okay, these offline things, people will not pay money too much. It will be very low money. So if you write a article, if you do videos, okay, people. But if you do live things like this, or maybe live teaching, that will generate a lot of. Maybe you can build content. If you're really good with content, you can make courses out there. Okay, Teachable is there, Thinkific is there, which recently went public. So there are a lot of places out there where you can make your content. Okay, so make understand which content really matters and generate income for you, generate capital for you, and you have to first focus on that. Okay, so mathematical space, if you're wanting to generate income, wanting to generate capital, you have to first focus on what you really want to earn. Like what off like once a service like in against of which service you want to earn money. You have to make sure of that. Like make focus on that. And to other people out there, like YouTube is the best place to go with like earn money with the um
Monetization.
monetization. Website, Google AdWords is there, Google AdSense and is there where people will show you ads. Like people will show ads and cost per click, but cost per click along you will get some money. Medium is one of them. Online courses के लिए Thinkific and Teachable is there, and you can make your own website on WordPress using logins, LMS. Yeah, a lot of places are there. So yeah, so also you can make your own. If you want to make a live class, you can use Google Classroom. Okay, live class with assignment and stuff. Google Classroom. So a lot of different classes are there, but you have to make sure what you really want to do. First, focus on how you really want to earn income. But for that, you test out for which people will give you money. Okay, so make sure you keep small amount and test it out for whoever is starting out. Maybe you can start out, like if you're doing good. I have seen people, they are giving money. They're asking for money, like to engage in the monetary aspect, and they will send. So it's like I will tell you, Vaibhav Sisinti, I just told, he asked 1 rupee per one email. 1 rupee per one email. Now think that how much people, like you are sending it to 1,000 people. So it turns out that 1,000 rupee plus per one email it's starting out. So it depends on how you want to earn money. You have to be very creative in that. And for that you need to build your customer base. Vaibhav Sisinti has more than 1 lakh customer base. Yeah. Next question.
I think there is no other question from the audience.
Perfect.
Yeah. So thank you, Srijit, for this amazing session.
My pleasure.
It was our pleasure to have you here. Like we want to talk about this edupreneurship. Like most of the students don't know about it, right? So that's why we wanted to conduct this type of workshop, or you can say webinar on this talk. And I hope student would have learned a lot from this webinar. So like anything you want to say to the audience, like motivational quote or something like that?
Yeah. I want to be a motivational speaker. That's a different thing. But I want to say something really truth. So if you're learning something, so mathematics is learning themselves by this. So if you want to learn something, go out there by teaching. Okay, just learn it out. I wanted to learn better statistics, so I started out Chinta statistics. So if you want to learn something, go out there and teach people for free, and then you can monetize it. Money will not an money is never an issue, guys. Okay, if you do good things, money will come to you. No worries.
Right.
Money is never an issue. Yeah, and don't never get out of your job. If you have if your parents are not really too rich. Okay, if they're rich, do whatever. If they're Mukesh Ambani, do whatever you want to do. If they're not, then try to build out your own career and side by side do this. Okay, it's your like. Yeah, that's what my suggestion is.
Okay, wait.
Yes, Hitesh, are you here?
Yeah. Sorry, at maybe there was a network issue. Now it's